In this video, we'll show you how to create and process a customer return where the customer requires a like-for-like exchange. When creating a customer return, we recommend it's done from the original sales order to maintain the audit trail. We'll now open up the sales order that contains the item that the customer wishes to return. You can see that the sales order contains 3 items, none of which have any history of having already been returned. We'll now select the item that the customer wishes to return. And then going to the Actions menu, we can select Create Customer Return Note. And we'll then confirm. This then creates a customer returns note. By scrolling down, we can see that the document consists of 2 grids. The upper grid is the item that's being returned, and the lower grid are any items that are going back out in exchange. And at the moment that grid is empty. The first thing we need to do is to confirm the quantity of the items being returned. We then need to select a valid return reason from the drop-down. These reasons will have previously been created in system data. We then select the line which will be copied into the lower grid. We do this by going to the Actions menu and selecting Direct Exchange. We're then asked to confirm that we want to copy the item from the top grid into the lower grid, thereby sending out a direct like-for-like replacement. Bearing in mind that what we've done so far can be done in advance of the exchange actually taking place. By saving the return, we can open it later on when we actually have the goods and the return is ready for processing. Once we've received the returned goods back and we're ready to process the return, we go to the Actions button and select Process Return. The dialog tells us that the system is generating a credit note and an exchange note. The exchange note is essentially a new sales order which will be processed in the normal way to send the replacement goods out. The credit note will be used as a form of payment for the exchange note. We'll acknowledge the dialog, continue, and confirm. The credit note can't yet be used to pay for the exchange note as the credit note hasn't yet been issued. We'll do that now by going to the Actions menu and selecting Issue Credit Note, and we'll confirm and continue. By going to the Processing tab, we can see that the credit note has now been issued, and we also have an exchange note for the same value, although the credit note hasn't yet been allocated as a means of payment. We'll now use the Actions menu to allocate the credit note to the exchange note. You can see the payment has now been allocated. By using the Actions menu, we can go and take a look at the exchange note by selecting Go to Exchange Note, and as you can see, it's just like any other sales order, ready for dispatch. By going to the Payment tab, we can see that it's a fully paid order, as it's used the credit note we generated from the returned item as a means of payment. By returning to our customer return document, we can complete the process by issuing the returns note. By now going to the Processing tab, we can see that all the required actions are complete. Thank you for watching.